Hey, what's up guys, this is Liam or Weagle on your Overwatch, back with a new video today. We've got a news roundup of lots of cool things going on in the community. The first one being some awesome old Doomfist abilities. There's been some footage from the Comic-Con at San Diego this year. There's been some really cool stuff actually that has been released about his kind of pre-beta gameplay, game style and all these things. I mean, he was a tank. They've actually said that he was a tank, so we're going to go through a few of these things. We even have some gameplay. The quality is not great. Also, shout out to Spiral Toro on Twitter, some people on Reddit that have just talked about their experience and what exactly Michael Chu, and I believe Jeff Goodman was also there talking about these heroes. So thank you everyone that shared this information because it's really interesting stuff. So Doomfist used to be able to throw rocks from the ground, as you'll see, throwing them at Farah, and he wasn't really a punchy guy at that point. His name was Doomfist, and they kind of thought to themselves, why is this guy not punching everything? So they did actually drop this theory, but I just thought this was pretty funny how he could actually throw rocks at people. But one step further than that, he could actually pick other heroes up, use them as a human shield, and even throw them off of cliffs. Now, I think this is hilarious and also probably not too practical, which is why they didn't release it. Unfortunately, there's no footage of this, but just even thinking about it is pretty amazing by itself. One thing this actually sparked in my mind was, what if you could actually pick up your own teammates and throw them to higher vantage points? Maybe heroes that normally can't possibly get to the high ground without a May wall or something, and now you could throw them up to the high ground and get some heroes on positioning that they can't normally get to. I think this could actually be really cool in the future. There are ways to do it with Farah. You can stand on her back and jetpack up and stuff, but this crazy concept that never made it to the game, in one form or another, could actually be an interesting way to spice things up in the meta at some point down the line. Imagine a Bastion being on some super high ground he's not normally be able to get to. I just think that'd be really cool and would really mix things up. But of course, would also need some balancing as well. The next clip is actually more Doomfist stuff, and it's a little bit different and nearer to what he ended up being. His left click was actually more like Farah's gun. It was more like a projectile, and it would shoot and always blow up at the same distance. So if you didn't do it far enough or you did it too early, the damage would be considerably less. But if you could hit that sweet spot, it would also do a lot of damage. I believe it was called a reflect cannon. Also, they answered the question of, why does he melee with his left hand? And it is for obvious reasons. It's because everyone has a base melee of 30 damage, and they didn't want you to be punching with your right hand and only doing 30 damage. It would seem a little bit silly. So it's simply a balancing mechanic for the game, because if he was as powerful as he's supposed to be, then he could level a skyscraper, making him impossible to kill if that was actually in the multiplayer game. So of course, it's for balancing reasons in matchmaking. Also, this further down the line with the explosive left click was also a combo hero, but not the combo hero we know now. You could fist someone up into the air and then try and hit them with the sweet spot of his left click. So something close to what we have now, but a little bit different, of course. Now, they did initially use like Reinhardt's model, and initially said that he was going to be a tank. They thought he was going to fit in the tank role. He had, as you'll see in some of these demos, 300 plus HP. I'm sure they tried him on more, and they did try to have him as a tank hero. A little bit like Roadhog though, and then they decided, because Roadhog's pretty much a DPS, they might as well make Doomfist a strict DPS. So he was nearly a tank hero, and they decided to change him sometime down the line. There was also some concept art shown, which we would have seen now and on screen at points during this video. The next thing that I think is really interesting is that they've also spoken about how Doomfist has been in beta since the beta. He was then shelved for a long time, they came back and made him, but apparently there's always 3 heroes or so in the closed beta version of the game in-house at Blizzard, which means they're testing multiple heroes all the time. We already knew that they had like 10 new abilities on the go all the time, so I guess if they're testing these over 3 different heroes, then this makes sense. We also know that initially some of Doomfist's kit was a part of Orissa's and vice versa, and a lot of these abilities get changed around from different heroes and moved to different ones. I don't know if you guys ever saw the clip a long time ago of Zarya with a minigun, but that is actually how Orisa came around to have a fast-firing, high-capacity ammo gun as her primary fire. Moving on from Doomfist, there was actually some new hero release date rumor going around yesterday, and I just wanted to mention it quickly here. In the comic, we talked about Maximilian and how maybe he could be the next hero down the line, as he's very similar to a hero that was leaked a long time ago about being an elderly gentleman who was in a suit who could control Omnics and things. Well, it looks like in the background of the comic, the guy at the casino calls the number 7, then the number 11, and then says next player. A lot of people are saying that this also then translates to being the 7th of November, and that is when the next hero is going to be. Now you're thinking, well, Weagle, that's a little bit out there, but do you remember when Jeff said that the new hero was on the horizon? Well, then they made the map the horizon, and then Doomfist came out. It's never a coincidence when these things happen in game, and to be honest, it's actually obvious that the hero is going to come out at BlizzCon, because that's what happened last year. I mean, it's BlizzCon, of course there's going to be a new hero, so this would be just after BlizzCon. Sombra was announced at BlizzCon and then on the PTR just after, and I would say this is 99% sure. True. I would say that this is going to be the thing. They'll announce it at BlizzCon just the same as Sombra, and we'll have the new hero shortly after. I want to be wrong. I'd love the hero to be next week, but that's probably not going to happen. Speaking of next week, there has also been a picture of a apparent Zarya comic released. It should be coming soon. A lot of people are rumoring that it's going to be Gamescom or before, but we do know that there is also a rumored cinematic coming out on the 27th of July in 5 days' time. We know that Blizzard, they have announced that they're going to be doing more comics and their second lot of cinematics this year. We know that they're working on them, and seeing them sooner than later is something I'm sure we're going to see. In the image of Zarya, you can tell that it looks like she's actually protecting an Omnic, and it also looks like it's probably Dorado themed. We've got the Sombra skull in the background. I don't know a lot about the lore, but I do know that that's what this looks like. If you have any theories about it, let me know in the comment section down below. Any theories about anything I've spoken about, I'd also love to hear. What do you think to the Doomfist abilities? Would you have liked to have seen these in the game instead of some of the ones that we have? Let me know. Be sure to check out our Twitter and our Discord, where you guys can find the Doomfist main of your dreams. Be sure to hit that bell icon so you guys get notified when our videos go live. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and have a great day as always. Take care and peace, people.